Hello and welcome to the third module in the course Spreadsheet for Data Analytics Week 1. Here we want to talk about data entry and formatting. All right, let's head over to the module and begin with the practical. So in this module, we will explore the fundamental skills and techniques required to enter and format data effectively in Google Sheets. Having said that, let's jump over to Google Sheets as we begin with the practical aspect of this conversation. Now, recall that Google Sheets is a powerful it's a powerful tool, powerful web-based tool. To say that allows users to create, update, and share sheets. So you learn some foundational aspects of data entry and formatting that will help you get started. Yeah, you can enter data in multiple ways. One of the ways I'm going to show you in this video is how to enter data directly and how to copy and paste data. So like we've introduced these sheets, we have different cells and different cells are made up of rows and columns. We begin entering our data from this aspect. From the very first cell. Now, data entry tags, I would just create some random or fictitious data set that has to do with some small library book tracking. So let's call this data sets. I'm going to rename this particular sheet as data set templates. So I'll rename this as data set templates, and this is going to be focused on small library book tracking. Okay, and this very first one, I'll rename my sheet to data entry. Let's rename this sheet to data entry. So we're learning about data entry in this video. So I want to rename it as data entry. Oh, sorry, not entering. That is a mistake. Data entry. Yep, that is it. So again, I want to just explain this concept of data entry using some kind of fictitious data set from a small library, and I would like to create about 6 columns. Let's create book ID. So this book ID column will be a unique identifier for each book. Then we would love to see the title of the book. So this title will be the titles of the book and the authors of the book. This column will contain the authors, and then we want to see the different genres of the book. That is the genre of the book. For example, if it's a fiction, non-fiction, science fiction, biography, and so on and so forth. Then we'd love to see the publication year of the book, and then the status of the book. So these are the 6 columns I'll be working with. As you can see, I just entered this data by just typing it directly into the cells. So in cell A1 we have the book ID, cell B1 we have the title, cell C1 we have the author, cell D1 we have the journal, so E1 we have the publication year, and cell F1 we have status. So under the books, let's just create some random numbers. So I want to assign an ID, right? So the ID I'll be using here is 1001. So at this point, I'll teach you how to format, how to enter your data. Now, in data entry tags that I'm going to be showing you here, I would also explain how to, perform some form of, data modification or some kinds of copying and pasting. Okay, so this is where I would show you how to use this fill handle or auto fill handle. This small circle right here is the fill handle, or you can call it auto fill handle, to help it automatically generate the other pattern of numbers in a given sequence. So if I want to create my ID as 001, now let's see what happens if I select the first entry and then click and drag down. Observe what happens. So we're having 001, 001, 001, 00. So this is me copying the exact entry that I have entered in the first cell, cell B2, into other cells up to cell 14. So, but now this is not what I intend to do. I want these IDs to be created in a kind of sequential manner. After 001, the next book ID should be 1002, 1003, 1004. I need to just generate just 10 random books. So for me to achieve that, when I type in the first ID 1001, I'll type in the second ID 1002. Okay, now since you've typed in the first 2 IDs, highlight the first two. Spreadsheet has the ability to understand the pattern and generate others for you systematically. Can you see we have 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, and 1010, which is 1010. Okay, so with that, you can automatically copy and paste all of these the IDs. Okay, now if you're working with, say, month of the year, you can also do the same thing. Once you type in January, the spreadsheet has the ability to understand that, okay, you want to type in the months of the year. It gives you February, March, April, May, June, July, August, December. Start again from January. So in this case, you do not need to actually type in the first 2 months. Only type in January, go to the field handle, click and drag it. It generates other months of the year for you. And the same thing is applicable with the days of the week. If you type in Monday, and once you type in Monday, select the first cell, Monday, click on your field handle and drag. It generates other days of the week for you: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on and so forth. So this field handle is a very powerful handle, powerful function in spreadsheets, be it Microsoft Excel or Google Sheet. Okay, so let's generate some random authors. Some random titles of the book. Let's say the first book we want to enter is The Great Gatsby. So this is just a funny name. Then we have Brave New World. So I have Brave New World. So just fictitious books. Then The Catcher in the Rye. So The Catcher in the Rye is another book I want us to look at. Then we have Spannings, and let's say we have another book. Let's call this the fifth book, 1984. So that is a very funny name. Then To Kill. The sixth book is To Kill a Mockingbird. To Kill a Mockingbird. All right, BIRD. Then let's say we have the next one, The Hobbit. The Hobbit is another book we're interested in. Then our next title is Becoming. Then the next title is The Silent Patient. Then the next title is Educated. So these are the books that we have in our small book library. So here, let's see how to expand the the columns. We've talked about it earlier. To expand this column automatically to fit in the width of the data that's entered in that column, just double click. When you double click, it gives you the automatic, it gives you the width of the highest or the longest text that's entered in that column. So here you can click and drag it with your hand to adjust the title, the column. You can do this by just click and dragging. If you want it to fit into the width of the width of the highest or the longest text entered in that cell, in that column, or row rather, double click on this line between B and C. Double click. Once you double click, it fits into that row. Take note of something. When you enter text data, it's aligned left automatically, but when you enter numbers or numeric data, it's aligned right automatically. Now, if you want all your text to be, all your data entered to be aligned in one position, highlight all the cells of interest, then come to your tools, your basic tools. Can you come here? You see here, horizontal align. Click there and then choose on left. Okay, once you do that, all the text will be aligned left. So even the number is also aligned left now. All right, so that is the title column. Let's go to the author column. Let's say our first author is J.D. Salinger, and we have the next author, Yuval Noah Harari. So these are next author. Then the next author is George Orwell. Then we have Harper Lee, and then we have the next author, J.R.R. Tolkien, and then we have the next author, Michelle Obama. That is the next author. The next author is, we have Alex. We have Alex. Oh my God, Alex Michael Lintz. Then we have the next author, who is Tara Westover, and then our next author is F. Scott, and finally I have Aldous Huxley. Funny names, right? So these are the authors of these books. To expand this, double click to expand, and let's see the different genres of the book. This is a fiction. This is science fiction, and let's say this one is also a fiction, and the next book is non-fiction, The next book is science fiction. So once you type in science, it gives you, because you've typed in that type of that genre before, it gives you in full. Once you click on enter, it just replicates that. Then the next one is a fiction. Let's say the next one is a fiction, and let's say the next title is fantasy, and then we have biography, and then we have the next book as a thriller, and then finally we have a memoir. All right, the next one is the year of the book, the year these books are written. We have this book, say this book is written 1925, and then we have 1932, and then we have 1951, and then we have 2011. This book was written in 1949, very old book. This book was written in 1960, and we have the next book written in what year? 1937. Wow. Then the next book is written in 2018, and we have 2019, and then we have 2018. Okay, so these are the different years these books are written. Now let's check the status of the book. Are they available, or are they uh are they checked out? So let's assume this book is available, and this one is checked out. This one is available. This is available. This is checked out, and this is available. Do you see what's happening? So I can type this thing very fast, because once I type in the first letter, it gives me the complete ones, because it has seen a pattern available, and let's say this is checked out. So this is a fictitious data for the small library bookkeeping. Okay, let's just quickly do some little formatting. This is some part of this author is hidden. Once, okay, I think everything is shown. Let me double click to be sure. Yeah, everything is seen, and for the year everything is out, and also for the status everything can be seen. So let's just go ahead, highlight all the title of the columns, bolding them by just clicking on B to make them bold. Okay, now after you make the title of the books bold, what other formatting we want to do? All right, so this is great. I think this is looking great. So this is the data we've entered. We've been able to type in the data automatically. You've seen also how to enter text data, how to enter numbers, how to align. All right, there are other different formatting that we're going to give to this particular data set, and then you learn how to get this data set entered, bold in the text. We have what's called text wrapping. You can also apply conditional formatting, right? You can apply conditional formatting to this text. Let's say you want, if any users of the library comes and they want to easily see if a particular book is either available or checked out, you can do conditional formatting by highlighting this, and then you choose either green for available and red for checkout. Okay, so how do you do that? You highlight all the cells of interest, and then let's get to the format menu. When you get to the format menu, you look at conditional formatting. Okay, when you head over to the conditional formatting, then you can see that we have different conditions. So here we've already applied to range. We've selected the range, or range F2 to F11. That is the range of values where our values are stored. Then what do you want to format? So it says format rules. So what's the rule? So that is, these are different rules of the formatting. These are different rules that I can use for to format your text. We have is empty, is not empty, text contains, text does not contain, text starts with, text ends with, text is exactly, and different rules. The rule we want to work with is text contains what? What does text contain? If text contains available, all right, available, then we want to format that with a green. So can you see that it's already highlighted green? You can change the kind of gray variant of green that we want, if you are not interested, if you don't want that. So I'm using light green now. Okay, click on done to actually make that rule active. So now the rule is active whenever you're having available and as your status of the book, it's highlighted green. Now let's enter another rule to select the checked out as red. So click on add another rule. When you select that, you've selected your range already, and then you come here and choose again it contains, text contains, where is text content? Text contains checked out. If text contains checked out, then you should highlight that with a red. Let's highlight those checked out with this variant of red. Okay, great, done. All right, so this is how to format your cells using the conditional formatting. Okay, now if you wanted, assuming we want to enter more books and we want that conditional formatting to be effected in the other cells, we would just go ahead and select those cells, and we would have selected as many cells as we want, all of these cells, and then make this conditional formatting applied to those cells. Okay, make it apply to the cells. So click on done. When I click on this, also I click on, so let's just expand. So this is from F to F17. Let's get it up to F17. F17 for this particular rule, and the other rule, let's also expand it to F17. Let's make it F17 and click on done. So when you come here and enter a new book, let's say I want to enter 11, and let's call this title of the book or let's call it Brilliant Mind. Brilliant Mind. And then the author, let's say the author is Alex Vick, and this is a fiction book, and this book was written in 2024. If you say the book is available, automatically you can see that the formatting has been effected here. Okay, so this is one data entry task. We'll talk about more as we move on in this training. I hope you now understand how to enter data and how to do your little formatting. The only formatting we did here was just to format the header title and also to give conditional formatting. We can convert this to a table by simply highlighting them and then come over here, excuse me, click on this just to add all borders to everything, and here you have a table of the list. All right, thank you for watching this. We shall continue in the next video where you learn some more formatting skills in Google Sheets. Do enjoy your day. Bye bye.